Good morning, and welcome to Samadhi Game. This morning, we are going to be talking a little bit about standing in your truth and radiating from your truth. But I'd like to explain a little bit about Samadhi Game for those that are just joining us. Samadhi Game is a manifesto of enlightenment, which is divided into 4 sections. 4 sections that allow the person that's reading Samadhi Game to gently take themselves through a little form of enlightenment that can make the process of enlightenment a little bit smoother, rather than having it be a little bumpy along the way. Samadhi Game can allow us to see how it moves and how we can transfer our identity from the dual human ego into the neutral witness. The first section of Samadhi Game is all about divine identity. It's about affirming who you are at your core. The second section of Samadhi Game Manifesto is about recognizing who you are in your dual human ego, or who represents, or how your dual human ego represents itself, I should say. We use a process called enlightenment with squares, which allows us to chart out the very polarities of the dual human ego on paper, so that we can see it for what it is, rather than having it slip around in an unconscious or subconscious way. The third section of Samadhi Game is all about developing a momentum on that divine identity, as well as a momentum on understanding the dual human ego. The fourth section of Samadhi Game is about manifesting the truth of the core identity, the truth of your gift in your heart, given gone. And we do this all pretty much by affirmation. We use a lot of different techniques in Samadhi Game as well, interspersed with the affirmations in the manifesto of breathing, of meditation, of dance, and bringing ourselves to a really round understanding of this process of enlightenment. So, in a nutshell, you've got Samadhi Game. The reason that it works is because Samadhi Game it's actually the science of the spoken word. Samadhi Game takes this ancient practice of mantra, of prayer, and accelerates the intensity of it as in the affirmative sense. Oftentimes, too, prayer is considered a supplication. So you take the prayer and you lift your heart and say, "Please, O Divine Father, Mother, give me this thing, this new momentum in my life." And that's very valuable. And yet, it's a little bit still removed from the idea that is the culmination of our enlightenment, which is oneness. That's samadhi. Samadhi itself actually is a word, sam and di. Sam is a root word for one, and di is concentration, the concentration on the oneness, or the focus of the oneness. So as we become more and more understanding of I and my Father are one, I and my Mother are one, we actually begin to understand how we're living at every moment from samadhi, even through our trials and tribulations. I think it's really an interesting point that is often overlooked, but the Master Jesus, we all accept that some people accept that he was even God himself, and the God, and we all are God ourselves, but he was the God, they said. Well, it's very interesting that the God would have to go through so many trials and tribulations. Why would anyone who is manifesting the oneness of samadhi have such turmoil in their lives, be taken and nailed to a cross? Well, I think that it's very very telling that this anyone who walks this path is going to be dealing with past karmas, and not only past karmas of themselves, but karmas that are etched into the momentums of the planet as a whole. And so everyone will be going through samadhi. Even those who manifest a great level of samadhi, this is my point, will also be manifesting some level of tribulation in their lives. It doesn't, just the fact that you have tribulation or difficulty doesn't mean that you're not manifesting samadhi. In fact, it's my premise that almost everyone has a very large component of the Christ consciousness within them, manifesting on a day-to-day basis. We just need to recognize it. And especially in today's day, today's world, with all of the access we have through the connection revolution, through this quick access to the internet of almost anything we want to know about or be with, any tribe we would like to be with. This Samadhi Game tribe, if you'd like to be with us, it's easy. Bam, you're here. And because of this connection revolution, I really believe that we've accelerated our consciousness in such a way that even Jesus and the Buddha didn't have. We're able to integrate now things that even Jesus and the Buddha couldn't, because there was a limitation in connection that was taking place in their days. We have now this connection revolution which allows I and my Father to be one, I and the other to be one, which I think is another part of this new paradigm of consciousness and of enlightenment. I and the other are one. I and my brother are one. I and my sister are one. So when you see another going through a difficulty, you know it's not just them, but yourself as well. You can feel the empathetic ties, and we can reach out through our holographic imaging of Samadhi Game and touch them with our love. We can radiate our love. And when we see the politically correct stances in consciousness and action taking place, and we know the truth of our hearts, we know that we can stand strong in that truth, that individualized I am Samadhi. Each one of us holds this individualized I am Samadhi. And when we hold that true and clear, it doesn't matter if it's politically correct or not. We can stand just like Jesus, who was not politically correct. We could stand just like him and share the gift that we have in our hearts and give it gone, come what may. Say what may others. This is the truth of being. And often we are holding open the door of enlightenment to people when we can also stand in that truth, radiate our truth. So today, let's together as a group, as a tribe, say these mantras from Samadhi Game. And when we say them together, we are giving each of us on this broadcast. Some are visible on the chat section of the Ustream page. Some are just listening in. We don't see them there. But if you're joining us for this broadcast and you're joining along with these mantras, know this, that we're all saying these at pretty much the same time. There might be a second or two difference, but in saying them at the same time, we're developing a momentum in consciousness across the face of the planet, which supports each other in our individual walk of finding that gift within ourselves and giving it, offering it gone. Come what may, we offer our gift of love, we shine it forth, we radiate it forth, and it will change the planet. That is a promise. So let's go. Let me take us to the first mantra in the book. I'd like to start with the shadowless light of Samadhi. It's feeling, tone, and state of knowing. If you have your own copies, you might want to tune in, but I'm going to put the copy, the actual text up here on the screen if you're just joining us for the first time. You don't have to rush to download it. But you can download Samadhi Game at samadhigame.com. Get a fresh version if you haven't gotten a new version for a while. There's probably a good number of changes that have been made in the last 6 months or so. Might be worth getting a new copy. Okay, here we go. This is the shadowless light of Samadhi. It's feeling, tone, and state of knowing. It's on page 9 of book 1 of Samadhi Game. If you don't have it, here it is. The shadowless light of Samadhi. It's feeling, tone, and state of knowing. Come on, let's say it together. O glorious shadowless light of eternity, that brilliance of I am Samadhi, shining in the void as 10,000 suns, descend, descend, descend as the tangible substance of loving splendor, dazzling intelligence, and palpable power, for all to absorb and identify with, as the full and only authority throughout the earth, the boundless treasure house of the universe, and our infinite I Am Samadhi of scintillating fire and dazzling light. That I am. I release the power of mastery without limit now. Revealing the self and flooding forth perfect miracles and all activities, bringing to pass the enlightenment of the ages, and letting every being on earth sense and surrender to the intimacy of this light. Everywhere, the fullness of this self expanding as love, wisdom, and joy forever. Now, great songs of praise and gratitude burst forth from the heart of humanity for that silent splendor poured out to all. Now, pure love flows forth from the heart of the secret love star, drenching the earth with the glory and ecstasy of golden pink liquid light. Now, the oneness of supreme love, wisdom, and blazing joy overwhelms this whirl of duality in its glowing orb of transmutation, reconciliation, and dominion, making of Terra a smiling sun of everlasting, all-powerful, limitless light, casting no shadow, and in which only that absolute perfection can forever dwell. This is for a moment. Meditate on that light, that truth that we're standing on, in and as, radiating it forth, casting no shadow. And just let that perfection fill you now. It's the perfection that will forever dwell within you. Feel this forever. We often don't give word or feeling tone to these concepts of eternity, but it can be done. Forever feels like something. You can feel it resonating to the very marrow of your bones. And then continuing on. Now and forever. I am limitless gifts of all good things, anointing the earth with abundance, healing, and happiness for all mankind. O presence of the shadowless light from out the great silence, we identify with the now. I am the elation and exhilaration, freedom and liberation of this eternal experience and gnosis of samadhi, its ecstatic hearing, blissful feeling, cosmic scent, sublime taste, and immaculate vision. Holding all safely within that compassionate diamond heart forever, I intensify this feeling tone of I am shadowless light in acknowledgement, acceptance, and awareness, surrender, devotion, and adoration. And just for a moment, intensifying this feeling tone of I am shadowless light is by placing our attention upon that mustard seed, that grain of faith that Jesus spoke about. If you have faith as a mustard seed, placing your attention there, knowing it for what it is, and culturing it, like turning on the light with that rheostat, and then gently turning up the intensity of the light until it is shining as bright and bright and bright as it possibly can. We can do this with that grain of mustard seed, placing the attention upon it in the heart, and then turning up the volume. The attention, the devotion, the surrender, the awareness, the acceptance, the devotion, the adoration, and that mustard seed of faith, of truth, of standing in it, radiating from it. Continuing from this state of knowing that, this all-pervading I am samadhi, the intelligence of the heart that is divine illumination, no longer just a grain of mustard seed, but this all-pervading I am samadhi, the intelligence of the heart that is divine illumination. And now you can say your name, your great name, this name that takes you to the next step of your evolutionary leap. I Gregory, Donald, Brinkley, standing in and radiating from my truth, am awake. As is the ascended Master Jesus, I and Jesus, brothers. You and Jesus, brothers and sisters. Standing shoulder to shoulder with the Master Jesus, not a footstool kingdom relationship, but actual, tangible, Christic brotherhood. It's up to you to decide that this is... It's up to you to decide that this is the way you're going to live your life. This is the way that you're going to perceive reality, rather than accepting the pablum of this mundane footstool kingdom religion, which has inundated this planet for the last 2,000 years. It's not what he wanted. It's not what the Master Jesus intended. What he wanted was for us all to stand shoulder to shoulder, tall, heads held high, sons and daughters of God. The God of the Most High. As is the ascended Master Jesus, to this shadowless light, its feeling tone and state of knowing, that I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. Forever. How does that feel? Forever? Feel it again in your bones. It can be felt. What are we bowing to? When we bow, when we give our obeisance to the Lord God, we bow our heads in prayer. Who is it we're bowing to? We're bowing to our true self, our Christ consciousness, exhibited, radiated, lived. Not bowing to another's Christ consciousness, making them an idol that we worship, but we're actually bowing to the God within ourselves. I bow to the Samadhi, the God of Samadhi, the God of bliss, the God of wonder, the God of joy, the God of living life full. Whether politically correct or not, I bow to the Samadhi within myself. Come on. Om Namah Shivaya Guruve Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanshaya Shantaya Nirarambhaya Tejase. I bow to the Samadhi within myself, known as Lord Shiva, that is the true teacher. This Samadhi that I am takes the form of truth, consciousness and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. And who represents this Samadhi within ourselves? Down through the corridors of time, this Samadhi has been represented by Jesus. Yes, Jesus represented it beautifully. And we can love him for that representation. And Shiva, and Krishna, and Buddha, and Muhammad. All these great masters have represented the same one Christic consciousness. There can be no other. I and my Father are one. This Father, Mother, God. So we can say this name Shiva, we can say the name Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, angels, devas. All of these names are legal and politically correct to say, as an inspirational guideline to our own exhibit of the Christ. You exhibit the Christ. You stand and are born with this Christ consciousness. You radiate the Christ as you smile, as your eyes glint, as you give your gift gone, day by day by day, and are the overcomer of all the tribulations and trials and initiations that you, as well as the Christ Jesus, were wont to undertake. Opening pillar of light, pillar of the world, we can provide ourselves with a measure of protection by intensifying this ring of light, this tube of light, this pillar of light about us and within us. So come on. Sublime, I am Samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance, my identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet, compassionate flame. In, through, and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters. Seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I am Samadhi. Let's give it again. Let's etch this idea of this pillar of light in and around us more firmly in our consciousness by giving the mantra again, by giving the advertisement to ourselves of who we really are. Sublime, I am Samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet, compassionate flame, in, through, and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity. The presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I am Samadhi. Let's give the Om together, lifting our hands. Oh. Christ, Om 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 Christ. Eternity is my home. I do all that is necessary to actualize this ever-fresh realization and organize my life around it. That's a big order. Doing all that is necessary to actualize this realization and organize my life around it. But that's what we're doing. Moment by moment, word by word, action by action, step by step towards a greater expression of this Christos consciousness within us, making it more and more conscious rather than just having it slide under the radar of our conscious awareness. We're bringing it out so it stands full and tall in a place where almost everyone can see it. Today, everyone can see it. If you want everyone to see your Christ consciousness, it's possible. You can put it on the internet. If you want everyone to see your art, your gift, given, gone, there it is on the internet for everyone to see. There's no hiding any longer. So what is this thing about political correctness? It's going to be shattered into 1,000 pieces. And what's going to happen is everyone's going to learn how to give their gift individually and still not create disharmonies. They're going to find that when you give your gift from your heart, from the heart of oneness, my gift matches your gift. Your gift matches my gift. Our gifts all work together harmoniously, magically, miraculously, until the whole world shines as one. Everyone's gift given, gone, fully, completely. Everyone's hearts fulfilled in the giving. The giving is the blessing. Let's give this heartfelt, tangible samadhi. Come on, join with me. O great Spirit, O mighty I am Samadhi at the center of all creation, radiant with illuminating fire, O heartfelt parent of all sons and sons, pour forth that life-giving power and fan the spark of that divinity on the altar of my heart. Amplify and magnify this spark by the fire breath of the whole I Spirit into the potent God flame that I am. O the shimmering fountain of life that I hear, feel, smell, taste, and see within me. And we are actualizing this today. We are allowing this Christ consciousness to hear, feel, smell, taste, and see within us all that is all about us. Together, I choose this constant cascade of liquid light, actively receiving its shimmering, directive radiance, tangibly and powerfully manifest in my experience. I open this innermost temple of love within this evident, ebullient, celestial, cosmic fire. I manifest that life and light for our healing and regeneration, letting the breadth, height, fullness, and crown of the solar radiance of the sun behind the sun appear. I stand forth. Revealed in and through me is the neutral witness that Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun conscious awareness, and let's just for a moment stand forth. What does it feel like to stand forth in your magnificent, beautiful, joyful continents of light?
Pretty amazing.
When you stand forth, when you allow that gift to be given gone, you'll feel it on your heart, radiating forth. It's really easy. We all do it day by day, but we haven't identified it as that. We've seen it as something that's sort of small and mundane,
like
but it's not.
inspiration, like gumption.
Gumption.
Yeah, but it's momento. Like momental.
Yes.
But if we do it and we consciously go for what we want all the time,
it's true.
you're living about 3 feet above the ground.
There's a higher vibration that we can all step into. It's our own Christ self. And when we do that, it's shoulder to shoulder Christs.
Wait, oh.
Yeah. Shoulder to shoulder Christs.
Well, we're disciples of the teacher, and the teacher is told us to go and be perform miracles.
Absolutely.
And he left.
And he left.
So here we are. Perform miracles. Everybody miracles did. These masters or just read the Bible and said, I believe in this, go forth and perform miracles. And then every day is waking up to breathe air. And go to work. Come home and make dinner. Every day can be a new thing. Go out and try to pick flowers. Go out and try to find a sunset. Go out and try to see a smile on someone's face. Go out and try to find the best food that you can put in your body. Gotta live each day as if not tomorrow's our last, but like you want to live to 150.
And I think, and by doing that, you have a reason.
True.
By loving full, by loving complete, by loving deep.
Yeah, and you attract more people. Like you're walking in the dark with flashlights. People with other flashlights come to you. So that's what we've been doing, right?
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly. So
I love it.
So we're going to go on.
Samadhi works. Samadhi is the soul's inspiration. The definition of samadhi to me is the samadhi within yourself. It's that inspiration that when you go, God, I got to get up. Get up. Come on, let's go. And then you get up and you say, okay, I'm going to do this now, and it's working. That's samadhi. Correct?
It is.
Okay.
Samadhi. Samadhi, oftentimes people want a, exact definition of samadhi. Well, I'll give you an exact definition. But it's not. It's samadhi is however you feel to define it as the next step in your evolutionary development.
But it's samadhi
true.
is the moment of, like, Oprah Winfrey calls it her aha moment. No, that's her samadhi moment.
It is. It's
and
her
she
samadhi
actually even coined her aha moment. But if you live in this aha moment all the time, you're living in samadhi.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Let's
and
go.
You did it.
Let's go. Let's say some more ahas. Because with each vibration, each mantra, each manifesto of enlightenment, which is etched into the words of Samadhi Game Manifesto, is this aha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, oh my gosh, I get it.
I get it. So let's say it. Let's say I get it with every affirmation. I get it. I am the visible, audible, and tangible flame of eternal life.
I get it.
I get it. Breathing the scintillating prana chi from the source to the root of my being. I get it. Liquid rays of light flooding my chakras, seated upon their lotus thrones of love. Oh God, I get that.
Get that. You come on. Molten
gold of enlightenment, shivering its ascension up my spine, crowning my awareness with the diamond rays of attainment.
We
got it. As the white fire beam of my heart, I dynamically emanate and transmit this audible, tangible, fragrant, delectable, and visible substance of living samadhi as creativity and direction.
I get it.
Yes.
This is it.
This is it. I am a sun in the palace of the shining void. Okay, let's just say that again. I am a sun in the palace of the shining void. One more time.
I am a daughter.
I am a daughter in the palace of the shining void.
I am a sun too.
I am a sunshine. I am a sun. I am the offspring of this glorious sunshine. I can radiate just like the Father's sun radiates.
Yes, it just takes to be on.
Mm-hmm.
In order for the sun to be on, it has to rise. So in the morning when we rise, we turn our samadhi on.
We turn it on.
And that's our sun. You have to turn it on. The sun actually rests. You can't be in samadhi 24/7, otherwise you just die, like your friend Laugh a Lot or something.
Yeah, that's true.
He was on all the time, and his body just broke.
It broke down after a certain amount, yes.
So, but sleep is also very divine.
When we're talking about samadhi, it's a full balance. It's a
Yeah.
full integration of all of the bodies, and the emotional, the mental, the physical, the etheric bodies, and it involves the right food, the right love, the right exercise, the right breathing, the right affirmation,
The right dealing
and the
with
right
it.
sleeping.
Yeah, and dealing with everyday problems in the correct way with a partner who's got your back.
Got your back.
I know.
Okay, so let's go on and give some more of this mantra. As the white fire beam of my heart, I dynamically emanate and transmit this audible, tangible, fragrant, delectable, and visible substance of living samadhi as creativity and direction. I am a sun in the palace of the shining void, this temple a glistening world of infinite space, the process of my transformations, sounding the melodies, harmonies, and rhythms of the great solar symphony. I just love that affirmation because a lot of times people think that processes and transformations are going to be like upheavals, and they don't see them as actual cadences and rhythms and tones.
Or flows.
That flows.
You know, when you're in the water and you're floating like in the middle and you kind of close your eyes and you're floating. And the next thing you know, you're a quarter mile from the shore. How did I get back here? If you enjoy the place, stay there. And this is that. Mm-hmm. You just have to enjoy the flow.
You do.
Let's go.
I am the dazzling flame of life, here and now, because I am nowhere else but everywhere forever. I am Samadhi's palpable joy, tactile glory, and felt perfection of boundless being. I am that, I am that, I am that. I am. And here you can say that name. And I said my name earlier as Gregory Donald Brinkley, standing strong, radiating from my truth. You can say something similar, an appellation about yourself. And we're going to say it 3 times. This is the second time. I am. And the third time. I am. Say it loud. And where are we saying this? In embodiment, in embodiment, in embodiment. I am oneness lived. This samadhi is oneness. We are standing shoulder to shoulder with the Christ consciousness. I and the Christ are one. I and the Father are one. This is the decision that we have to make. This is the crux of the entire path of enlightenment. Coming to this decision to say, I and my Father are one. I and my mother are one. I and my brother, my sister are one. Mm-hmm. It's the new paradigm of enlightenment for this age. We no longer can look to these others, these great masters, as someone or something above and beyond us. We all stand with this Christ consciousness beaming from our hearts.
True, we've learned so much throughout our life. It's time to take it, run with it. You know, as a father teaches a kid, enough already. You know, most, even the Israelis, they teach their kids at 13, go. You learned enough.
Yep.
Well, at 55,
Beautiful.
60 years old, people are still saying, teach me. No, go with it, run.
Run with it.
We're allowed to run with it at 13, according to the Bible. And if that's the ultimate transcript, let's go. But so with us, with this, we know in our inner self, it's called our sixth sense. It's called our inner being.
Yeah.
Go with your intuition.
Stand in your truth.
And don't let anything block you. You have the flux to be able to break through every wall. Correct.
Oh, I just accepted that as a blessing. Thank you.
It is?
That was beautiful.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was
because
gorgeous.
the road will rise before you if it's correct.
It will.
And if it's not correct, there's roadblocks and there's... Actually, when it's too good...
Oh, how much bliss can you take?
How much bliss can you... Just try it. I mean, not try it. Just do...
Actually,
daily affirmations. You can even wake up. Samadhi is a wonderful, wonderful tool. But a person can wake up out of bed and say, today I'm going to expect miracles.
Miraculous
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, miraculous Monday. But today is miraculous Monday with minute, minuscule mundane. Go ahead. Come on, Mr. Poet.
Today is miraculous Monday manifestation.
Yes.
Miraculous Monday.
At Sunny Mellow.
At Sunny Mellow.
There you go.
Yes, we like to do alliteration.
No,
and
but this
bring
place
all the-
really is Sunny Mellow because there's sunshine all the time.
We're going to start having meditations here probably on the new year, sometime in the new year. Meditations where people can come together from the local area or even people flying in from around the world.
Yep, because today it was, 67 degrees right now?
Amazingly warm. It's really something. Maybe
his sprinklers are still going on, and it's December 3rd.
Our sprinklers.
Oh, ours. Mm-hmm.
Our sprinklers are still going on. And, and it's like in the middle of winter now. And
something's happening. But it's okay. I'm not complaining. I just will complain if there's no water. But
yeah, we need to have some snow. So actually, when we do these mantras, when we connect with our Christ consciousness, when we connect with our deeper being, we are not only affecting ourselves and others around us, but we're affecting the elementals, the fire, the air, the water, and the earth. When enough people come together to give mantras in a similar way, a resonance is established. You can hear it in the physical.
Yes.
When we say these mantras together, there becomes a rhythm to the mantras that comes together. And, the elements like that. They like to resonate.
Be told what to do.
They like to be told what to do, to act obediently to the Christ command.
It's true.
That's what they do.
Because we are made in Christ's image, so it is a Christ command.
It is the Christ command. So these mantras and Samadhi game are the Christ command. Let's go ahead and give the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid light, white light as a Christ command.
As a person who's commanded to be like Christ.
Let's do it. As Christ. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light. Encircle me now, encircle me now, encircle me now. I am this loving splendor, encircling me now. I am this living prana chi, encircling me now. I am this liquid crystal fire, encircling me now. I am this samadhi, encircling me now. This I radiate, radiate, radiate. As the active intelligence of powerful conscious volition, that I am. I govern this exhaustless energy and precipitate all things into form. Of those who come under the radiation of this, my radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light, including, and here just go ahead and name those ones that you would like to be ensconced in this radiance. Now, it could be those that you love, and of course, those will be the first ones on your mind. Your family, your children, your parents, your loved ones, your friends, your relatives. But please, don't leave out those that you have somehow counted as your enemies. Radiate them as well. Give them the love that they need in order to raise their vibration to a place where they can realize that they can stand in their Christ as well. And then when their gift is given gone, it will mesh, harmonize with your gift given gone, and you'll find yourselves looking at each other again as friends. And let's go ahead and say these words that are here in italic together. The Samadhi Game Community and Primera Agua Healing Enlightenment at Sunny Mellow. I ignite and I expand the illuminating center within their bodies, emotions, and minds into that active, perfect, and eternal garment of enlightenment. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light that I am, instantly bring healing to and make art of all dual human ego in my world, opening wide the door of my heart to the ineffable, divine, and present existence and expression and expansion. I am the wide open door of my heart, flooding forth the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light, the enchanting essence of my electronic body, and I am Samadhi. I balance, blaze, and dazzle the threefold activity of my heart Samadhi, ennobling love, wisdom, and power encircles me, now and forever, bringing healing to and making art of every dual human ego activity, freeing me to leap into divine union with the source of these, the shining three. I am the mighty, magic, electromagnetic circle of invincible liquid love life, light and life substance, instantly transmuting and harmonizing, healing and making art of every discordance or distraction which seeks to enter or intrude itself, masquerading as the I am me. I am the self-sustaining perfection of my world, enfolded in the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light. The samadhi that I am, I remain. The Christ that I am, I remain. The Christ that I am, I remain. Vanish the veils of light and shade. I abide in the shining truth of divine law and the justice of eternity. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. Christ, Om 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 Christ, Om. I am commanding all therapies within this, the inner magic of my radiant circle of healing love, to be revealed with the art of life and liquid white light of samadhi, the all-pervading, serene and harmonizing bliss.
That bliss.
Let's just sit in the bliss for a few moments. Let's just go ahead and allow ourselves to feel it. We can do that. I think this world stops us. It says, no, don't stop. Don't feel that. But we can do it. We can actually allow ourselves to rest.
And feel the vibration of the bliss.
And feel it.
If you feel the vibration in the body, it's there.
It is there.
You just have to recognize that it's not caffeine, it's not anything, it's the outside world. It's you trying to become whole again, because the outside world is taking away from you bit by bit, like, and your vibration tries to make you whole again.
So let's just sit in.
It's time to go in the bliss.
So let's go ahead and sit in the bliss for. Let's give ourselves 5 minutes of bliss. Just 5 minutes, okay? And if you find yourself starting to, move out of it, just come back to it. Get yourself comfortable, and if you feel like you need to move, go ahead and move. But try to find yourself resting back into it at the end of each adjustment that you make in your body. like it. You can align yourself physically, sitting tall. You can put the tongue to the roof of the mouth. You can breathe gently. But just feel that bliss within you. It's there. It's your Christ radiance. Your own Christ radiance. Trust it.
God, that's amazing.
If you get really subtle, you can feel it moving with the breath down the front side of the body, and you can even do just the slightest of Kegel at the bottom of the perineum and feel it trampolining back up the spine to the top of the head. This bliss, you can begin to move it consciously. You can give it direction from your neutral witness, from this Christos. You command this bliss to move where you will have it. And remember, you're sitting shoulder to shoulder with the Christ. You're sitting shoulder to shoulder with the Buddha. And you're sitting in this Allah consciousness, the consciousness of eternity, omnipresence, omnipotence, opulence.
I love you. Sorry.
I love you too. Let's go on. Let's give Samadhi's I am memory and momentum, the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. This will be our last mantra for the day, and then we'll close after this with music, which you're free to meditate with or play in the background. I'll play the background music for probably about an hour or so. But I'll stop the recording, which will be available for you as an archived version if you'd like to come back to this broadcast and listen to it again. This broadcast has a certain quality of light and power in it that I think is valuable to listen to again and again. So let's go on. Samadhi's I am memory and momentum, the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. Come on. From billowing crowds in the spotless sky of the tangible I am Samadhi, that I am, comes now a downpour of the memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, a drenching of mastery and dominion, here and now, rivulets of wise thinking, lovely feeling, and powerful activity, converging as the eternal sweep of the sacred Ganga, the memory and momentum of love, wisdom and power, flooding forth like a million Niagara Falls, ceaselessly descending, enter and around all my thoughts, feelings, and activities, including, and here, visualize your activities. Actually, we'll visualize, Robbie and I will visualize our activities for the day. And you, on the broadcast, please say your activities. Say them aloud in the space that you're in right now. I'm going to go here after this broadcast. I'm going to go do this for lunch. I'm going here in the afternoon. This evening will be occupied with this. And the sleep that I enter into this night will be filled with divine imagery of the Christ consciousness. And then continuing on. To harmonize and perfect them now, as Christos, as Krishna, as Buddha, as Allah, as Pharaoh, as monarch, as the Divine Mother Father, as the Sun conscious neutral witness awareness, I enter this golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction here and now, bathing in this streaming memory of momentum of love, life and light. I take command of all thoughts, feelings, and actions below the highlands of superconscious living and awareness. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. O loving I am Samadhi that I am. O Ganesha, O great divine director and the great karmic board, O great Christs abounding everywhere in eternity, that I am. I invoke your memory and momentum of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. I am that guidance now. I am that courage and strength that acts. And in my attention to my, and men you say with me, women you say with Robbie these lines at the same time, together. Purpose, plan, focus, freedom, dharma, and death. I hold my scepter of dominion and power sustained. From the joyous I am Samadhi that... Did you want to say something?
It's okay, no.
Oh, low, okay. From the joyous I am Samadhi that I am. I descend in the whirlwind radiance of this Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother Father, Sun Conscious Awareness. Lo. Lo.
You love that word, lo.
I love it.
I know.
It's so biblical, and we're in this biblical time right now.
I know, and every time when I like typing on Facebook and I put lo, like love, lo, L-O, comes up big.
Capital.
I'm like, come on, it's your lo. I know he loves lo.
Lo.
Lo and behold.
Lo, I am the Christ. Let's just say that. Lo,
oh, stop it.
I am the Christ.
You were such a Rice Krispies commercial. Come on, lo. Let's go low. Okay, here.
I envelop my four bodies with the unbroken thrill
of that neutral witness of unique sexual essence.
Let's just get into the
Come on,
unbroken
stop.
thrill.
Stop. No, go on. Go. Move down. Go. Down. Stop.
And I stand guard over my entire consciousness, being, and world 24/7. O eternal I am Samadhi, beyond all imagination of expectancy. I charge my physical, emotional, mental, and etheric bodies with that memory and momentum of full conscious realization, and I issue the following command to all the polarized human creation and ego, etched in my pranas, chakras, and meridians, and those of the entire planetary body. Lo!
No, stop.
Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. Lo! Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. I let the instantaneous release of this self-luminous, infinitely intelligent light substance issue forth without limit from the immortal Samadhi that I remember I am, and lo and behold, I charge these pranas, chakras, and meridians, thoughts and feelings, activities and environments, with the victorious memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, such that all polarized human creation and egos instantly transmuted and transfigured into refined and perfected states of awareness, action, and physicality. Lo and behold.
Thank you, Babs.
Thank you, Barbara.
Barbara,
for
you
that
are
joy.
Yes, you are. You are a light.
Joy of love and wonder.